Welcome to a 1957 Formula 1 race at Pescara. We're driving a cool 1950s Formula 1 mod. I will put a link down below in the description where you can get that mod. And who made it. This is an excellent mod to do a full online series with. Of course, I've tested all the cars, and they each have their own characteristic. I'm driving the Ferrari 246. I'm saying from memory, and the Ferrari, this Ferrari, the power is mainly its straight line speed. Other cars have excellent cornering capabilities, but this Ferrari is a straight line bullet. I believe all the actual Ferraris, there was only one Ferrari in the 1957 Pescara race. Enzo Ferrari only sent one Ferrari to this race, and Sterling Moss in the Van Wall car won this Pescara event, and Fangio finished in second place. That's about all I can remember from this event. Concerning official facts, I do know that this track is 25 kilometers long, making it the longest Formula 1 event in history. I think it's even longer than the Nürburgring. Pescara is shaped as a triangle. We're now in Sector 1, and Sector 1 is the twisty bits. Sector 2 and Sector 3 are just two long straights. All you have to do there is put the pedal to the metal and keep your steering straight. And that's all the skill you need to negotiate those sectors. But Sector 1 is where all the twisty bits are. All the cornering is done in Sector 1, where we are now. So although the track is 25 kilometers long, all you have to learn is Sector 1 and you're good to go. And the second most important thing about this track is learning when and where you have to brake for Sector 2 and 3, the two long straights. Because if you overshoot those brake markers indicating you to stop, you're gonna have an issue. The second long straight, Sector 3, actually has a chicane built in it that was put there by the official organizers of this event. They deemed it too dangerous to have the third long straight just end in a first gear corner. So they put a chicane there to slow the cars down before they reached the last corner of the track, which is actually a first gear right-hander, and then you go back to the start-finish line straight. Whoa, that almost went south there. I'm keeping it here in fourth gear for stability, because the rear will try to swing out if you accelerate a bit too strong in third gear. So these cars are all about driving progressively. You have to do everything progressively. If you shift down, you have to let the revs go down far enough for you to shift down without the rear wheels starting to spin, because when the revs are still too high and you shift down with these cars, the rears will spin and the car will become very unstable. Plus you're killing your engine. Very tight. Hairpin there. So we're coming up to the when we started the race, we were in a town of which I can't remember the name, and now we're coming into the second town of which I also can't remember the name. But there you have it. Keep it in third gear for stability. Brake under those little fans that are hanging up there in the air. The first one, that's your brake marker for this hairpin. Then immediately followed by a second hairpin. Under the bridge. This track is so pretty. It's becoming one of my favorite tracks now. Now we're close to the first long straight, sector 2. Be careful as you find your way to the first long straight. I'm keeping it in fourth gear here for stability. Now a small left-right chicane. Try to take as much speed as you can onto the straight, so you have a good opportunity to slipstream your opponent that is in front of you. I've already done a test race, and slipstreaming and passing cars in the straight is not such an issue for me, because the AI is geared to short. And I'm geared properly, of course, but the AI setup is not entirely correct for this track. They are geared to short, and I can just overtake them on speed. That's it. So we're coming up to the banner there. It's the indicator that the famous Pescara mile has begun. And then you can see the banner there in the air as I pass another car. That ends the Pescara mile. Now that's also an indicator that your brake marker is coming up. Watch for a tree line on the left side here, and 3 barrels there, 3 blue barrels stuck on top of each other. That is your brake marker. Keep it in second gear here. Don't accelerate out too strongly, because your rear will swing out, called oversteer. Again, easy passing for me, because the AI is geared to short. The second long straight, sector 3. Now the main thing that you have to do here is keep an eye on your brake marker, and don't forget where it is, so you're not too late. If you're too late, you can't stop in time, and there's a nice stack of hay bales that will make sure to absolutely destroy your car. If you're not in time on the brake pedal. Now the indicator is here, that stone wall on the left side there. And then you have to watch for the blue barrel that is there, and start braking. Blue barrel on the left side, a single blue barrel. Brake for a first gear right-hander here. I'm a bit too fast in. Second gear left-hander, a short burst to another first or maybe second gear left-hander, and then you pass the entrance to the pits here on the right side. There's the entrance to the pits, and you have to take that entrance, because if you come into the pit lane here on the main straight, start finish line straight, you will not be serviced. You have to come in before the final corner. So I've lost all those cars in front of me. I think I'm in 4th place now. So now we can really hang it out. Let the Ferrari 246 do its thing, and that is be straight, be fast in the straight line. Until we come to the twisty bits, then I'm at a bit of a disadvantage. That is 3rd place. The tires are also getting a bit warmer than optimal. Giving me a little trouble to brake here in time. So the old switcheroos being done on me, but I'm driving the Ferrari 246 and I just accelerate straight past him. This Formula 1 1950s mod is pretty excellent. I'm getting a lot of enjoyment from driving all the cars. And I'm planning to do a online series with this mod. And you're just gonna have to pick your own car with its own characteristic based on all the tracks that will be offered to you in this series. So I'm thinking this track, Pescara, Reims 1950s, Dondrot 1950s will be there for sure. I think Rouen 1955, Zandvoort Classic called Zandvoorde 1967, just to name a few. Be careful here that you don't accelerate out too strongly. And I don't think you can hear it, but there's a minimal lift here. If you stay on the throttle, you're getting a 50-50 opportunity to get an oversteer situation. Braking time here, I keep it in 2nd gear. To maintain a little bit of momentum. And artificial traction control. So we're now in the twisty bits where the Ferrari is not all that happy. It wants to go straight, doesn't like corners. It corners because I asked it to corner, but it's under protest. Well, it's not all that bad. But there are cars in this spec that corner a bit better. I would still pick this car. I love this car. On other tracks, it's a good all-round car. A very tight first gear right hander coming up. Been in the wall on the left side there many a times. With a bloody nose. Back to 3rd gear. The left-hander that goes on forever. Now up to 4th gear for stability. So the rear of the car doesn't become too light here. Then back to 3rd gear and back to 2nd gear for a tightening left-hander. Tighter and tighter and tighter, and there we can accelerate out again. 3rd gear, back to 2nd. Be careful not to slam into that fence there. So all the poles, the black and white poles that are lining the road, that are all what you call it, non-collidable. So they are made of, you can just drive over them. They are non-collidable, but the fence here on the right side, that is collidable. If you hit that fence here on the left, right, excuse me, that will give you damage. But all the poles that are lining the road, they are just invisible. That won't do anything. Into the second town, hairpin on the left, followed by there. I think that, well, again, a bit too hot into the hairpins. Watch out that you don't go in too fast for that corner. Getting close to the first long straight again. Try to take as much speed out of the chicane onto the long straight, while still being safe. There we go. Now the big question is, am I in time to overtake second and first place? I can see a faint silhouette of them in the distance. There's the faint right-hander kink. It's almost not a corner, it's just a bend straight. There's the famous Pescara mile, the opening. And then the second banner is the end of the Pescara mile, which should also wake you up to find the first brake marker. There, past the trees on the left side, there the barrels, there the three barrels stacked on each other. Keep it in second gear, accelerating out progressively. I've spun there a few times already, putting the throttle down to forcefully, so the back swings out and you your nose basically faces the wrong direction. It's called oversteer. There is second place. Okay. And there in the distance there's first place. That is also in the back. Yeah, complain to your mechanics about your gearing, not to me. So look for the brown brick wall there on the left side, and then look for the blue barrel, the first one, there, brake. You have to brake quite strongly to make the corner. First gear, better than the first time. Second gear corner, short burst on the throttle. And now I will come into the pits to demonstrate how that works. You have to come in here, where the barrels are, and then find your pit box there. That turn is a bit too tight. Reverse and get in. So I will change the tires. That will take about 45 seconds, I see. So again, if you go onto the start finish straight, and then cut into the pit lane there ahead of me, you will not be serviced. You really have to come into the pits before the last corner, as I did. I forgot what the pit limit speed is. I think it's 100 kilometers. Not sure. There we go. I will just slam it, see what happens. Okay. 2 laps done for this demo race. This track is not a race, it's an adventure. Get it, get the mod, and you will have a blast. See you later. Bye bye.